Welcome to the Horror Hangout, a podcast where film fans watch the best and worst horror movies of all time and talk about them. Today's episode is a bonus episode chatting all about Bone Lake, a film that has its UK premiere at FrightFest in London this week. My name is Ben Errington, and today I'm joined by Mercedes Bryce Morgan, director of the movie. Welcome to the show, Mercedes. Hello.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here and talk to everybody about Bone Lake.
Super excited to talk to you about it. Congratulations on the film as well.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been exciting to see audiences react to it, and we're excited for it to come out in theaters soon.
Yeah. So, what kind of have you had much of a chance for audiences to react to it currently?
We premiered at Fantastic Fest, and we've kind of been, sprinkling ourselves around the world, and it's just been great because, I always have the experience of going through the editing room and just chuckling to myself about little things, but then hearing some people audibly go, "Oh my God, what the fuck is happening?" And that's everything in the world.
I have to admit, like, I feel like I did that at least, maybe I reckon three, maybe four times. That's probably a
Hell
good
yeah.
sign, right? That's what
Yeah,
you're looking for.
yeah.
Let me just read out some details on the film for our audiences so they know what they're getting themselves in for. Diego and Sage have fallen into a romantic rut, even though Diego has recently quit his job to focus on writing an erotic romance. Sole breadwinner Sage finds herself increasingly resentful of being a supportive partner, so to reconnect, they rent a scenic lakeside property for the weekend. But another couple, Will and Sin, that's right, isn't it? It's Sin, unexpectedly arrive as the property has been mistakenly double booked. Has that ever happened to you?
It is not, but you know what? If I was in a place where I was bored in my life and needed something to spice it up, I think I would go, let's see what happens.
The double book. I feel like Airbnb slash hotels double books have been really prominent in horror recently. We had it in Barbarian, and now we've got it in Bone Lake. It's clearly a very something that's very close to people's hearts in terms of what they actually are scared of happening.
Yeah, I think it's because a lot of horror examines, okay, what's something that's close enough to home where if it happened to us, we could see ourselves being terrified. And we've kind of been compared as Barbarian's hornier sibling. And what I kind of love that people have
Okay.
commented on is we kind of start out the same way and we kind of go in a wildly different direction. And so
Yeah.
we have a lot of fun with that.
I think to be the hornier sibling of a film like that is definitely good. And
Yes.
hornier is definitely the right word because
Yeah,
this film's super horny.
it is.
It is so twisted. Almost like I was a little bit worried about meeting you, but, but
I'll
if you
take
know what I
it. Yeah.
mean. Take that as a compliment, I think. Yeah.
Oh, I will. I do.
But it just kept getting more and more twisted. I wanted to know, did it start off less twisted and then you started making it and it became more twisted, or did it more or less stay the same? Did you feel like um
Yeah.
you had to water down any particular twisted moments at all?
Totally. We definitely did not water down. We just tried to water up, if that's a
Yep.
phrase.
Yep.
Because I feel like what originally drew me to this script is kind of the twisted direction we find ourselves going in with the plot twists. But then there's another example of the opening scene where we have this couple running naked through the forest while they're being hunted with a bow and arrow. That's something that was not originally in the script, but we thought, you know what? We need to put more up front to kind of give people a taste for what's going to happen later on. And so there's things like that that we brought into it to kind of give that to our audience even more.
Yeah, I guess so people can kind of sets the scene for what people are getting in for. But
Yeah.
then despite that, I was still shocked several times, and there were several like big twists and big moments where I was like, oh my God, like my co-host Andy, I sort of texted him a few times saying, do you think it's going to be this? And because we watched it at similar times, and yeah, it was a great experience watching it. I'm almost kind of disappointed I didn't get to see it in theaters, but I will because I will be at Fright Fest as well.
Amazing. Yeah. Now, I always kind of say that for me, what I consider the best plot twists is you are able to guess it probably about 30 seconds or a minute before it happens, because that means
Yeah.
that the film gave you enough info that you as a smart audience member could go, okay, I'm piecing together the clues. But if you find it out too early, it means it's too easy of a plot twist. And if you don't figure it out at all, that means they didn't give you enough clues. And so we've kind of, from us kind of asking people and kind of doing our test screenings, we realized, okay, great, these are the ones that pay off at the right time, and you need certain ones to hit, and the ones we wanted to hit.
I'm almost like I do find it really fascinating in terms of filmmaking because I'm not a filmmaker. So it's something that I always ask filmmakers is with twists and things like that, you are almost like working backwards, aren't you?
Yeah,
And I mean,
definitely.
that must be difficult when you're sort of putting together a narrative,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, totally. I mean, every time all my movies have very intense plot twists. It's kind of what I find myself gravitated towards, but I'll purposely shoot the scenes leading up to it with variations because we go, okay, we need to not think this character's,
Mhm.
we can't not suspect them too much, or we need to suspect them more so that it's a red herring. And then it's kind of almost like this fun thing in the editing room where you kind of get to test different ways of what leads to that final twist.
Mm. And how have people been reacting to those twists? Are they reacting in ways that you appreciate? Are you enjoying sort of seeing the audiences react to these moments?
Yeah, no, definitely. Like we've had such a great reaction, and I think that this movie is for a specific audience of people who love sexy, horny movies that have horror in it. And if that scares you a little bit, it's probably not the movie for you, and that's okay.
Yeah, that's like, I
The
mean,
people who love that love it.
yeah, people who love
Yeah,
it, people are going to come into this maybe and think it's not their thing, and I think there's a lot for lots of different audiences, really.
yeah,
Obviously,
exactly.
there's lots of themes. There's themes of sex, themes of violence, themes of infidelity, themes of non-monogamy. There were certain things where I was thinking, like, I don't know, I was kind of like trying to piece it apart. I don't always try and guess twists too much. I feel like that I've got to the point where that's ruined the experience of films for me now. I kind of just want the film to show me and tell me because,
Yeah.
I don't want to feel like I'm smarter than any film because that's rarely the case.
Yes.
you know?
No, totally. I agree. Yeah. And if anyone's a pearl clutcher, that's okay. Not
Yeah.
the movie for the pearl
I
clutcher.
know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how many pearl clutches there'll be at Fright Fest.
I
Hopefully,
don't think so. No,
hopefully not a lot. No.
not this audience.
Are you looking forward are you attending Fright Fest?
Sadly, I am not
Oh,
attending
not
FrightFest.
okay.
I'm in Los Angeles setting up the next movie.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah, can't talk about it yet.
Yeah.
But I wish I was there because I love being around a community that I feel like is my own and getting to watch them experience
Mm.
it.
I've been to Fright Fest. Maybe this is going to be my third year at the main festival. I feel like the audience are gonna love this film. I think this is a very Fright Fest coded film. The amount of times you see a film, and you go, "This would be great at Fright Fest." The audience can absolutely lap this up. I feel like this is perfect. Um,
Amazing.
how is it working with? Obviously, it's a very small cast. It's only four actors. Well,
Yes.
four actors in the main roles. How is it working with them? And I want to know about the location as well because this location is obviously extravagant, lovely. How did you find that particular location?
Yeah, so that location, we went through and scouted so many different places. You know, there's a version of this movie that takes place in the classic cabin in the woods, and there's also one that takes a more modern, minimalist aspect. And we decided that this house felt very specific for this movie of kind of separating it in its own way. And within that, we found, okay, here's our house that has all these corners that feel like somewhere really aspirational that people would want to go, but then we also built our own sets into it. So, for example, when you see down the hallway and you see the three doors, obviously there's no house that exists that has these three perfect ominous doors in
Mm.
it. So we kind of made it our own place.
Very ominous, those doors. And I don't want to spoil anything, but how was it sort of working out what was going to be behind those doors? Again, let's not spoil anything for
Yeah,
for our
that's what
audiences.
anything. I always kind of like to look at the act two fun and games of the movie is, okay, when people sign up for this, what do they want? And with this movie, we want horror and sex. And so that kind of helped us decide what was behind those doors.
Mm. Some very, very like diverse characters as well. I feel like you get something different with everybody. They're very complex as well. Um, is there any of you in any of these characters, would you say?
I would say that maybe there's a younger version of myself in these characters that didn't know how to communicate in my relationships as well. But I think I kind of
Yes.
had to learn about myself more to know this is what happens. It sounds cheesy, but when you don't communicate, things go
Yeah.
wrong.
I feel
It kind
like
of solves like 90% of issues in relationships.
yeah. I
Yeah.
feel like this is almost like a good film for like a couples therapy film. I was gonna say a first date film, but I don't know if it is. But like a couples therapy film, definitely.
Yeah.
Because of lately as well, like we recently just covered Together as well, and I feel like that's got so much to say about relationships, but like in a really good way.
Yeah.
Sometimes when films present relationships, and you're like, no one's like this. People don't have these kind of interactions. It's so good and so refreshing to sort of see these relationships represented, I guess, in
Yeah.
films, and they feel real, like with real people and real problems.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, I feel like I watch certain horror movies and I go, that person died. I don't care, but that was fun. And with
Yeah.
this, I wanted to, it is more of like a relationship, erotic drama for the first half until it kind of goes into horror in the second half. And we wanted to give people that so they care when things happen to the characters later on.
Yeah. I definitely felt like that. You know, sometimes it's inconsequential whether characters live or die, isn't it? But with this, I felt like I was really wanting, again, I'm not spoiling anything, but I really wanted Sage and Diego to, work out their issues, but also survive. That was
Yeah.
something that I felt was very key. Um, you've got another screening coming up. Where did you say that was after Fright Fest?
We have, I'm not quite sure where
Actually,
we
I
have
think you
both
said you were
screening.
working on it. You said you were working on a new film. You didn't say you were
Yes,
working on a new screening. So you're
totally. I
working
was
on a
like,
new
oh no,
film.
what screening? I'm working
Sorry
on a
about
new
that. Didn't mean
screening
to
soon.
drop that on you, Mercedes.
You're
There's another
so
one coming up.
good. You're keeping me on my toes.
Let's let,
But
let me
yes,
mention. I'll just mention Fright Fest, and obviously
yeah,
it's in the main screen, which is super exciting, and it's like an evening screening as well, which I think is great. I think it's the perfect film for that sort of time of day as well. Um, yeah, where are people going to be able to watch the film after Fright Fest? Then are it going to be is it on going to be on the festival circuit, or is it or you said theaters, didn't you?
yeah, we're coming out in theaters in early October. So people should go watch it in the theater because we need to support movies in theaters, and
Yeah.
so I think we'll have a fun time.
Definitely. So you can't tell us anything about what you're working on next, then, Mercedes. That's
Probably
all.
not, but very soon I'll be able to.
Okay, very soon. How did this film compare to your other works? Obviously, you it's your third feature length, isn't it? Fixation and Spoonful of Sugar. How did this
Yeah.
compare to those two? Did you sort of take everything you learned from those particular shoots and apply it to this one?
Yeah, most definitely. I feel like fixation in itself is very heavy, deep subject matter, and then Spoonful of Sugar is also an erotic thriller. And so I think I kind of got a taste for erotic thrillers, but also wanted to do it in a way that was very fun and ridiculous, kind of like, like as a break for my emotions, but also just because it's fun to give audiences both experiences. Is I feel like when I go into a movie, I either want to be completely devastated in the end and think about my own life and existence, or I want something like this where I'm kind of shocked and giggling and having just a fun, grand old time the whole time. And so I like a balance of both.
Yeah. I think I'm with you on that, I like a balance of both. And sometimes when you've had too much of one, it's nice to go to the other.
Yeah,
I like watching films where you're a bit like, I'm glad that ain't me.
exactly. Yeah.
I'm so glad I haven't booked an Airbnb and another couple's turned up because being an Englishman, ever so awkward. Wouldn't want to. I would want to sort everything out with rock paper scissors.
Yeah, see, that sounds lovely, even though it might, not go so well.
It might not go so well. I feel like I'd be fine in this situation because I'd never see the signs coming. I'd just be like, or I'd just be oblivious to everything, if someone's trying to, if um, someone's trying to get with me or sort of like, or come on to me in any way, I'd be oblivious to it. I'd just be like, oh,
You're like,
she seems
oh,
friendly.
yeah,
What's that? You need help with your contact lenses? A pleasure. A pleasure. I
yeah,
help you. No problem.
totally.
Yeah. How bad's her eyesight as well? I kept thinking that. How bad's her eyesight that she?
Super bad. She needs so much help with her eyesight.
Yeah. So I mean, again, I talking to you about. I keep worrying about straying into spoiler territory, but yeah, two characters that are manipulative, and I guess it's like one of those where they definitely lull you into a false sense of security, don't they?
Yeah, yeah, and shit goes down. Can't say any more than that without spoiling it, but
I think shit goes down is the best way of describing this film and what happens, what
yeah,
happens as
exactly.
well. Um, So yeah, looking forward to seeing it on the big screen at Fright Fest. What we're going to do is we're going to try and get some reactions from people at the event as well. So once our episode goes up, you're able to see that. But yeah, I think it's going to be really well received, and yeah, and I think it's really well made. So looking forward to seeing what you work on next and in the future, Mercedes.
Yeah, no, thank you so much. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to see those reactions.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
excited to see them as well. I want to see people getting drawn in and the twists happening and everybody be like, "Oh my God, what's going on?" It's going to be
yeah,
great. It's going to be
yeah,
super exciting. Thank you so much for joining us, Mercedes. It's been an absolute pleasure. Catch up with you very soon.
yeah. Sounds great. Thank you.
Take care. Bye bye.
Bye.